Also auf jeden Fall würde das sehr treffen, weil dieser Umkreis ist sehr abhängig finanziell davon und ich denke, das würde einen großen Schaden hinterlassen.
Die Amerikaner waren immer nicht nur Teil der Gesellschaft. Einige haben ja auch wirklich ganz normal unter uns gelebt, jetzt nicht alle abgeschlossen, sondern sie haben Arbeitsplätze geboten, sie haben Häuser gemietet, Wohnungen gemietet. Ich weiß von meiner Familie, dass dadurch auch viele Menschen einfach ihr Haus abbezahlen konnten.
Also es ist Kaufkraftverlust natürlich. Hat allerdings auch Vorteile. Das heißt, also das könnte sein, dass es mit dem Wohnraum etwas weniger streng wird in der Gegend. Aber ja, alles hat immer seine zwei Seiten oder noch mehr.
Ich denke, das ist schlecht für die Region, ja. Weil viele Amerikaner, die lassen ja auch viel Geld hier. Und ja, ich denke, das wäre schlecht, ja.
Okay guys, let's talk about the relationship between the US and Germany. Welcome back to my channel. If you can see, the relationship between US and Germany is really coming to an end. That great allies is coming to an end right now. US is planning on removing 5,000 of its troops from Germany within 6 to 12 months time. That's roughly about 12 to 14%. After Germany chancellor said the US have been humiliated by Iran negotiators, which really got Donald Trump pissed off and the US also. And Trump posted on social media saying the Germany chancellor is really doing a terrible job in Germany with so many issues, immigration, energy, and lots more. So I don't know what you guys think about this. Now President Trump is now planning on putting like 25% tariffs on all German cars entering the US. That is Mercedes-Benz, BMW, and other more German cars entering the US. It's now going to be expensive. This is not him now trying to hit back to German. It's not him trying to hit back to the citizen, hit back to everybody in the US, because this is going to make cars expensive for people to buy. At least the company will even gain more. That's what people don't know about this tariff. And if the Congress and everybody have not approved this and he now put 25% tariff, if they are returning back the money paid for a 25% tariff, they are going to return it back to the company, not the consumer that bought the goods, not the consumer that bought the cars. You see, this is really crazy. We keep spending, paying tax and spending more, while the company keep getting richer. And not that they are going to reduce their car price again, they are still going to keep it that same price high, which is not fair. Trump have also cancelled plan on sending hypersonic weapon long-range missile to Germany. Maybe it's still a fire back to what Germany chancellor said, but we don't really know. And we are going to see what is going on, because people are not even happy about this, saying Trump is on Russian accent, Trump is Putin accent. After making call with Putin, he's now cancelling sending hypersonic missile long-range weapon to Germany. So we don't really know. Let's see what's going on too. You can see that a great ally between the US and Germany is now coming to an end. It's now coming to a great end also, because with all this happening, I'm not sure they are going to get back together again, because Germany Council have also fired back to Trump. But let's see what's going on, because this relationship is going low crazy. Are you guys in support of this, or you are not? If you are from some people right now on social media say they are happy about it, while some people say they are not, because this will also affect the US and Germany also. It will affect Germany on security, and it will affect US on military base to strike other country. That's why it will affect US. At least it will be more better for the US, because if they stop striking other country and focus on each country in speeding up the US more, proving that they are the world power. Cutting short $1 trillion spending from Europe, bringing back troops to the US. At least those money spending to Europe can be used in bringing free healthcare, building more schools, and doing more other things for the nation also, than spending them to Europe. That's really bad, and I see that's what Trump wants to do now. Cutting short, because he's planning on removing more troops, over 100,000 troops from Europe. So bringing them back home and continue beating US, beating them.
Why is the U.S. removing troops from Germany?
We're going to cut way down, and we're cutting a lot further than 5,000. Thank you very much.
All right, so you're listening to President Trump just make a few remarks there as he boards Air Force One from Palm Beach, Florida.
Some people right now on social media say, oh, they're happy about it, saying American tax now will be used in building the state than building Europe, which is not even better for them.
When we need them to allow us to use their military bases, their answer is no. Then why are we in NATO? You have to ask that question. Why do we have billions and billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars, over the years, trillions of dollars, and all these American forces stationed in the region? If we can only use, in our time of need, we're not going to be allowed to use those bases. So I think there's no doubt, unfortunately, after this conflict is concluded, we are going to have to re-examine that relationship. We're going to have to re-examine the value of NATO and that alliance for our country. Ultimately, that's a decision for the president to make, and he'll have to make it. We're going to finish the job here. As I said, we're very, very close to achieving our objectives on all of these things that I've outlined. But I do think, unfortunately, we are going to have to re-examine whether or not this alliance that has served this country well for a while is still serving that purpose, or is it now become a one-way street where America is simply in a position to defend Europe, but when we need the help of our allies, they're going to deny us basing rights and they're going to deny us overflight? I think these are very legitimate questions that we need to be asking, and this are going to have to be very carefully examined after this conflict is over.
Guys are meant to work together in both ways, in both balance, because when Trump need Germany, need NATO, they were nowhere to be found in the Iran war, in helping open the Strait of Hormuz. But now they need Trump to be spending, they need the US to be sending billions and billions and trillions of dollars to them, which is not fair. They are meant to work both ways. You do this, I do this. Not when it's time for money, they beg from the US, and when it's time for help in opening the Strait of Hormuz, they are nowhere to be found. So I guess Trump is doing a great job in moving the 5,000 troops from Germany. And what do you all think about it also? Is he really doing a great job for you or not in removing the troops? I'm hoping to remove more, over 100,000 troops. This is what other reporters said about it. Let's watch this video also.
Tonight, amid the president's growing clash with Europe over the war with Iran, the Pentagon set to pull thousands of U.S. troops out of Germany. A spokesperson announcing the withdrawal of approximately 5,000 troops from Germany. This decision follows a thorough review of the department's force posture in Europe. Pentagon officials telling NBC News it includes one brigade combat team, but won't impact massive medical support bases like Landstuhl. There are approximately 38,000 U.S. troops in Germany, the most in Europe, and the reductions will bring U.S. forces down to 2022 levels before Russia's invasion of Ukraine. It comes after President Trump's public rift with German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. Earlier this week, the president saying the U.S. was, quote, studying and reviewing the possible reduction of troops in Germany, after Merz said the Iranian regime had humiliated the U.S. during negotiations and that America has no strategy. But after President Trump's threat to remove U.S. troops, Merz quickly backtracked, saying Iran must come to the negotiating table. It must no longer hold the entire region and ultimately the whole world hostage. All of it as President Trump has recently slammed NATO allies.
We spend hundreds of billions of dollars a year on NATO, hundreds of protecting them. And we would have always been there for them. But now, based on their actions, I guess we don't have to be, do we?
Courtney is with us here on set in Washington. And Court, you have some new reporting tonight on the timing of all of this.
Yeah, Hallie, the 5,000 U.S. troops will leave Germany over the next 6 to 12 months. Now, asked why now, a Pentagon official tells us that Europe has not stepped up when America needed them and, quote, this cannot be a one-way street.
What do you guys think? Like and sub, share, and come back for more original content from me. I love you.